You already know it's my heart. It hasn't been doing the best this route. Well, what other reason would he be literally in the night? It in the dark, just going yeah. It, I snap upwards out of my sheets and sit bolt what and bolt upright in bed as if an electric shock had just run through my entire body. The night air feels cold against some of the sweat on my bare skin, my breathing short and ragged, nearly to the point of hyperventilation. Uh-oh. Mind racing, I bring my hand to my head in an attempt to soothe my body's panicked state. Takes me a number of seconds to realize that my hand is shaking violently, even as I press it against my face. Jesus Christ! More seconds pass in complete silence. My desperate attempts to subdue my body and mind slowly, thankfully, working. Okay. Gathering myself, I start taking measure of the state I'm in. It feels like I've run a marathon, every muscle feeling tensed and sweat practically pouring off me. What the hell happened? I carefully drag my attention to the beating in my chest, measuring out the rhythm in my head, and sure enough, my unreliable heart is functioning properly for once. Oh, well then. Just what the hell was that? It's like he uh it either he had some super nightmare and it just but he doesn't realize it because you don't remember dreams most of the time, or like he had like a really bad case of the sleep apnea where you're sleeping and you just stop breathing. I don't know. It's a heart attack, a bad nightmare, medicine side effects. I've heard about panic attacks, and this does seem to have the hallmarks of one. While we're sleeping? I mean, I guess. I just I don't know what triggered it. I can't even be bothered thinking about it right now. I feel utterly exhausted yet completely awake after this experience. I look over to the other side of my bed, the pale white of the silent figure's face. Oh, almost glowing in the nighttime darkness of the room. Just the sight of her is enough to calm me down significantly. Well, at least we were together. Her graceful demeanor persists even while she's asleep, her perfectly measured breathing and gentle face making it impossible to tell whether she's awake or truly sleeping. Given in to temptation, I delicately run my fingertips over her hand. Her skin is soft to the touch, as it always has been, yet warm even in the cold night. It's at times like these, silently appreciating each other's presence, that I feel we're closest. My fingers stop at her wrist, and I bring my hand back down to the bed beside me. I'm not entirely sure why, but as we became ever closer to each other, it felt as if something grew between us. What do you mean? I'm not entirely sure what it is, nor whether it existed before we'd fallen in love. Everything's moving so fast. I don't mind at all, but it feels unlike Lilly to be pushing things too much. Lilly, please. Thankfully, there aren't any students milling around in the hallways at this hour of the morning, lest I be interrogated on why I'm carrying 2 plates of breakfast to my room while dressed in an obviously hastily donned uniform. What? I'm hungry, okay? That's what I would have said, because realistically, I would have gotten 2 things of breakfast on my own anyway, because fuck you. I love breakfast. That isn't to say things like this never happen, of course. A single security guard patrolling between 2 sets of bedrooms situated right next to each other is a very small force compared to adolescent hormones. I come to think of it, the fact that it's Monday morning probably helps. Not really sure why, but Mondays seem to bother me less than they do most others. How? Why? Mondays fucking suck. I mean, usually, well, like, if you're like at school, it's either school or work. Mondays tend to suck, because usually your days off are weekends, usually. Not necessarily the work part. That's just why people hate fucking Mondays. It takes a little creative use of my hands and elbow, but eventually I managed to work the door to my dormitory room open. Oh, she's awake. Stepping inside, I see Lily just getting up from bed and tiredly rubbing her eyes. She looks like a mess, just like most other times I've seen her soon after she wakes. She's not a morning person. Or a waker, as it were. She really isn't a morning person, see? Sorry, I didn't mean to wake you, but goddamn, it's hard to open this door with 2 plates full of food. She groggily shakes her head. The morning light illuminating her makes her very pleasant sight. It's okay, I needed to get up anyway. What time is it? I'll be like that simulation. I put my plate down on my desk and turned to the clock to check the time. Still early. You didn't answer the question. Don't worry, there's plenty of time before school. She just, oh, good. She sits on the side of the bed and begins to sniff the air. As she does so, I quickly move her plate away and put it on the desk beside mine. Yeah, I got us some breakfast. Shower and clothes come first. Oh, okay. I would have had to let her eat breakfast. Let her eat, and then she can fucking do that shit. She stands still for a moment with her chin pointed slightly out. I gladly acquiesce and press my lips to hers, savoring the soft feeling before breaking off. With a small, sweet smile, apparently quite satisfied, she slowly makes her way to the showers. I stretch to try and wake myself a little more. Ooh, briefly looking at the steaming dishes on my desk. It's not gonna be steaming if she takes a while in the shower. Rice, fish, miso soup, and veggies. Ugh, veggies. A standard breakfast for a somewhat unusual day. I grab the bottles from my desk and start taking my daily regimen of pills. I'm very concerned as to what caused our thing. Maybe it was just the medicine, who knows? Because fucking medicine, as much good as it does for you, it can also do a lot of bad things. Sometimes I wonder what these things are even good for, given all the troubles I've had since the initial accident. I can't say that it doesn't hurt to take them. Considering the side effects so far. Yeah, whatever. Doctor's orders are that I take them, and rationality suggests that I'd be well served to trust his judgment over mine. Well, remember, fucker, you forgot to take them that one day, and you almost died. So, these are doing something. Doesn't take too long for the noise of the shower to cease. A quick one, apparently being fine for Lily, given the circumstances. Glad each of us have a bathroom. We don't have to go to a common bathroom sort of deal. Dude, that would suck. I would never want to take a bath in there, or a shower or what have you, but I would. Emerging from the bathroom, she looks significantly more awake, having had the chance to collect herself. I had a cold shower. Without a word, I gently take her hand in mine and guide her to my desk. Considering I don't have a table in my room as she does, it'll have to do. Thank you, Hisao. What did you prepare for breakfast? Just some rice and vegetables, something fast. He didn't even mention the fish. The fuck? That's like the best part. Her face lights up at the revelation. That's quite a breakfast. This is normal for you? Now she's just being nice. I have little doubt, considering her past, that this isn't exactly a high-class meal by her standards. Dude, food's food, alright? Breakfast is the most important meal of the day. Serving it up Gary's way. Just because we're students doesn't mean we can take it lightly. That's my belief anyway. From the others I've talked to have said, I might be in the minority. Breakfast is supposed to be the most important meal of the day, but I always end up skipping breakfast. Even though I love it so much. Maybe that's why I love it so much. Because I barely have it. I take a seat on the side of the bed and begin eating together with Lilly. Her chopsticks slightly tapping out the outlines of the vegetables just as I'd noticed her do during our date. This is quite nice, Asao. I had no idea you could cook this well. This time she's much more genuine, I could tell that much. That said, cooking really isn't anything special at all. After a bit of practice, it's pretty easy to make a simple dish. I'd say most of the credit goes to modern technology. Still, after years of, cooking for myself, I should hope so. I got bored of eating instant noodles and ordering pizza every time my parents were both working. So I taught myself how to make a few meals. Still trying to get the knack of it, though. Dude, you're opening up all the possibilities for food. But pizza's still pretty good. I got tired of instant noodles, too, I'm not gonna lie. You'll make a good wife someday, Hisao. Oh, I'm already relegated to wife position. She's clearly the man in the relationship. I take a grain of rice and place it onto my thumb before carefully taking aim and giving it a good flick. Lily jumps a little as it hits her cheek, right on target. You cheeky bastard. I can't help chuckling a little at her expense as she lowers her brow and tries her best to assume a harsh and serious expression when it just goes into blushing. Oh, that's right. What is it? Did you have any problems sleeping last night? You seemed restless. Oh, boy. So she was awake back then, or at least partly so. Whether it was my heart or a nightmare caused by the side effects of my medicine, the last thing I want is for her to be worrying about me even more. Even before my relationship with Lily, I'd felt my body was a drag on everything I did. My body's is my burden alone, so as long as I'm with her, I'll continue to act as normally as possible. No, not particularly. Not in the least. Is that so? Well, that's good then. Luckily, she seems to take me at my word. Come to think of it, there was something else I wanted to ask. Oh? How should I put it? When you dream, do you see people and objects? Yeah, of course Oh no. I feel more than a little sheepish for that slip of the tongue, however earnest it may be. Lily looks unperturbed, though. But you don't taste, feel, nor smell things? I move to answer, but find myself stuck before thinking about it. The more I mull over it, the more I realize that her hypothesis is correct. That's kind of true. When I dream, I don't taste, feel, nor smell things. Though I will tell you, for one reason or another, my brain makes my dreams all anime. Maybe that's because I'm the weeb god. I don't know. But, that's my dreams. That's true. I guess I never really looked at it that way. Are you saying you do? I never looked at it that way. For the most part, I only hear in dreams, but yes, sometimes I touch and smell things as well. I'm just asking since Akira thought it was very strange that I did when I brought it up with her. If you don't either, then maybe it's due to my blindness. Maybe. That would make sense. You rely on your other senses more than me, so maybe that affects your dreams as well. The wonders of the human body, I guess. Dude, our brains are crazy. For the rest of the time before school, we quietly eat the hearty breakfast in front of us, exchanging a few small pieces of small talk as we do. Good me. Fucking Rin's weird ass painting. I can't wait to do that route. Even though everyone's like, a quick peek out the door assures nobody's looking directly at the entrance for the boys' dormitories. So we walk out with the path clear. By the way, I already decided we're doing Shizune's route next. Don't at me. The weather's good today. I stretch as Lily and I make our way outside, the bright morning sun beaming down on us. By now, a few students can be seen doing the same, making their way to the main school building, either from the dorms or through the main gate. It's like my brain tries to recreate the story of what's fucking happening, so it just decides to say, like, they're heading to the school gate. For what reason? Who fucking knows? I hate you, brain. It does feel nice and warm. Our hands linked and her cane tapping the ground, we begin in earnest our trip to the school building and join the clattering throngs of students around us. This would be the last day of exams, no? Yeah. How are you going in them? Fairly well, all things considered. You seem a bit stressed by them, though. Oh, it's that obvious, huh? I don't think it's just the exams, though. A lot of stuff has been happening in such a short period of time, and I'm not doing that well on the humanities subjects. You're doing well in science, though, aren't you? Well, it would be hard not to do well in science for me. Come to think of it, didn't you say before that you weren't very good at science and math? She suddenly looks very sheepish. My remark no doubt hitting home. Lily's sense of pride really can be a double-edged sword. Just saying, fuck math. Oh, Scott, I love math. Well, you're wrong. I'm just kidding. I just hate math, so. Well, aside from that, have you ever given thought to what you might do with that ability? Seems a pity to waste it. A bit, mostly at Muto's prompting. In any case, I'll probably end up doing science as a career in some form. I have no idea what, but that's good to hear, Hisao. Oh god, I just realized my fucking mouse was on her breast. Like, what am I doing? As we enter the gardens, I suddenly receive an unsolicited pat on the back, hence the screen shake. The green-dressed culprit, dances around to meet me, evidently not paying any heed to Lily at my side. Of course it is. That's why he didn't pay any heed. Hey man, what's up? Haven't seen you in a while. Oh, this is weird. Because I'm with Lily. Hey, just been busy with, lately, with exams and stuff. Exams. A true Renaissance man needs no study to excel in such things. Kenji does strike me as the kind of person that does well in school, even if he has a horrid attendance record and poor work ethic. So I've little reason to doubt his ability. To be honest, I'm a little envious of him. Between studying for exams and my time with Lily, I've had practically no time to myself. Maybe this is a bit like how Yuko feels. Good morning, Seto. It's good to hear you're doing well. It feels slightly odd to see Lily speaking so formally. She's come to address me casually over the months, though I have seen her speak more formally to classmates from time to time as well. Some people never change, I guess. Not that I'd say her calm and polite manner is a bad thing. It was one of the reasons I liked being around her to begin with, after all. It's a very nice, change of pace, I guess. Kenji seems to take a moment to work out who it is beside me, and probably hasn't noticed us holding hands either. Thank God he's basically blind. I wonder if those glasses of his actually do anything. Well, they cover his eyes, as in, you can't actually see his eyes, so You think they're like a one-way mirror kind of deal, or they just suck? Because he can see through them.
Oh, hey, Lilly. Good luck on your exams, too. I'll see you after school then, man.
Okay, that was weird. The slight edge to his voice makes me think those words are meant to be an imperative rather than a casual farewell. Guess I'll have to smooth things over later. Sure, see ya, I guess. Oh, Jesus. Kenji nods curtly. He moves to pass us by, but he's too busy glaring in Lily's general direction to take notice of her cane. Before I can try to react and save the situation, Kenji trips and reflexively reaches out for a handhold. Unfortunately, said handhold turns out to be Lily's arm, and hopefully Lilly braces herself so she also doesn't fall over. Otherwise, we're gonna have a situation. Nope, she did not brace herself because Lily's weak. I mean, they did say she was fragile, so... Whoa! Ah! Both fall to the ground in a sprawling heap, with me felt the left feeling rather helpless. Oh shit, are you two okay? Kenji quickly rises back up, seemingly unfazed by the accident. He not even helping Lily. I get it. Because Kenji, it really just cements in the fact.
No problem, man. No problem. This is nothing. My body can take much worse abuse.
Lily lies face down on the grass. She doesn't look hurt by the incident, more startled than anything. I move closer to offer her my help. Are you all right, Lily?
Hey, Satao.
Kenji offers her a hand, Brain, tentatively touching hers to let her know what he's doing. He says some things sometimes, but I do think he may be a genuinely good person at heart. I imagine he feels pretty bad about this. To his surprise and mine, though, Lily pounds on the ground with her fist without warning. Wee woo? Damn it! Okay. Kenji freezes, entirely caught by surprise at her outburst. I'm just as shocked. She's never acted like this before. Not even around Shizune. Dude. Dude, Kenji was trying to help, too. What the fuck? Oh my god, she's so upset. Hold on. I get it. I'd be kind of irritated, too, but... Shit. Seemingly only now remembering that there are people around her, Lily slowly climbs to her feet. Her face, as she does so, makes me retreat a little, because... Well, now she's giving me a back sprite. You can't just do that to me after being angry. I only catch a glimpse of her expression before she turns away, but it's not something I'll forget soon. She showed plenty of annoyance during her clashes with Shizune, but this flash of anger was something else. There's no way that this is just about this petty incident. Is it specifically because it was Kenji? Maybe? She pauses for a moment before sighing and walking on ahead. I really don't know what to make of this. Talk to you later, dude. I'll see you later.
Yeah, see ya.
I guess. What the fuck? Kenji scratches the back of his head trying to find something to say, then shrugs and walks away, giving us a wide berth. I'd be like, Lily, what the fuck? I quickly catch up to Lily. She turns her head a little to acknowledge my presence, but nothing else. I should probably scold her for lashing out like that, but I also don't want to get into a shouting match with her. She's still very obviously annoyed. Well, all she really did was say, damn it, which is not in character for her, and slam her fist in the ground. She didn't, like, lash out at anybody. Really? In the end, I keep my mouth shut and wait for her to cool off. God, you fucking... After a quiet walk in, we eventually reach the top of the third floor stairs and the junction where we must part every day. So, I turn to Lily before she leaves. While I do like the comfortable and warm silences we usually share, this is anything but. I don't want to leave things like this. You seem quieter than usual recently. Is anything wrong? She shakes her head almost automatically, as if to dispel any notion that I need to worry about her. It's just exams are taking their toll. I'll be fine. I don't know about that. I don't think that's the reason. I very nearly say so, but decide against it. Are you... There's no point trying to draw it out of her if she doesn't want to tell me, especially when she's in a foul mood like this. Look, okay? You gotta take responsibility for your actions. You gotta tell me what's fucking up. I'm your boyfriend. Like, goddamn it. I hate secrets. It's not even like a secret. It's just, she's gonna tell us eventually. It's just, I hate waiting. I just want to know. If you're sure, I'll see you later then. As I turn down to the hall to go to my classroom, Lily's soft voice rings out from behind me. Hisao, yeah. I'm sorry. What? With that, Lily makes off down the hallway to her own classroom, her hand skating along the metal railings. I stand still and watch her until she turns into her classroom and out of sight, before going to my own class with a fair measure of reluctance. Okay, we'll find out, I'm sure. What the hell's going on? As usual, I'm early. Muto is fiddling with folders and papers on his desk as he prepares for the day with a handful of students milling about, chatting away. While my feelings about Lily haven't dissipated, far from it, her mention of my exam performance did remind me that I have my own life's journey to attend to. After thinking about it, I have realized that I do genuinely want to pursue science in some form of a career, rather than it simply being the path of least resistance. But what kind of science? I love astronomy myself. Until now, though, I didn't really have any idea of where in the field I wanted to go. Just science is a broad, very broad category of jobs. Something Lily mentioned earlier focused my thoughts. Something I'd only idly pondered about before. I'd not seriously considered following this specific path. I walk up to Muto's desk, his attention too focused on preparing for the day's lessons to notice my approach. It's the same every day. Good morning. He looks up with an expression of mild surprise that's quickly replaced by his typical awkward smile. Good morning, Nakai. Can I help you? Do you mind if I ask you something about science? He looks down at the messy pile of books on his desk before putting down the papers in his hand and standing up with some difficulty to properly address me. Oh, that's what I'm here for, after all. Ask away. I was wondering, what would you say is the motivation behind teaching? He thinks on this question for a few moments before responding, evidently far from having a prepared answer. Well, it ain't the money, that's for sure. And then he just gets real upset. If you talk to 10 different teachers, I think you'll get 10 different answers to that question. While I can only speak for myself, I'd say that I teach because... He sinks into thought again, carefully assessing the way he wishes to present his idea. Okay, think of it this way. When you were a child, you probably played with sticks and pebbles and moving water, such as the gutters and puddles, right? No. I mean, yeah, I think a lot of people do that when they're young. I barely did. I was doing other things that wasn't in water. The old stick ball, in fact. Well, it's not just when they're young for some, though it does take on another form. My point is, though, that when one is doing that, They're curious about how the water will flow or be changed. Everyone, even at that young age, possesses an intense wonderment about how the world works around them, even in the smallest forms. I still feel that sense of wonderment about the universe. Even just reading about new discoveries or classic experiments gives me a renewed sense of awe at how marvelous everything is. From the furthest stars to the smallest puddle. Jesus Christ. This is a pretty sweet answer, honestly. It's so in depth. I just hope that I can give others even a small piece of that wonderment I feel. If I could do that, even if it's just for one person, I think I could be happy as a teacher. That's how I feel doing this. As long as I can make one person smile, I did my fucking job. That's literally how I think. If I can improve one person's life by being an idiot on the internet, I feel like I've done my job. He scratches his head as he mentally reviews what he said. I feel like I understand him better now. Even if he's awkward around others, he does have a genuine want to be around them and offer them a piece of his self that he values. What Lilly told me yesterday rings in my ears. I think you get on well with others. Huh. She always did say I was unusually curious. Sorry if that was a little meandering. Does it answer your question? It does. Thank you. Very informative. I also had another question, actually. Oh, what might that be? Please don't be another hard question. Do you have any, college brochures or guides? It's probably about time I start getting some applications in. He nods and bends down to look inside his desk. As he does so, I notice that he is wearing a remarkably genuine smile. I don't think I've ever really seen him act this natural around others, because he was able to give you that wonderment. God damn it. Perhaps this isn't Muto the teacher, but rather Muto the person. And here, if you need more, feel free to ask. He hands me about half a dozen brochures and booklets of various colors and sizes, which I take eagerly. Yes, it will be this information which I'll use to forge my future. I think now, after all this time and all these trials, I can finally start to see the big picture of my life ahead of me. My body may be like this, but my mind is still very much able. As long as we take our medicine. I mean, yeah, we might have random shit happen to us in our sleep, but other than that, thank you. All right. Well, we got that settled. Don't have Lilly settled, though. She was fine, and then all of a sudden, fucking Kenji accidentally knocked her over, and yeah, this is strange, and this is strange. That single thought has graced my mind a countless number of times since my life here began. Oh God, what is going on in the background? It feels like an easy way to discard a troubling question, as if simply labeling something with those 3 words will make it go away, or at least not worth thinking about any further. My life before my heart attack feels more blurry every time I try to remember it, and my life struggles to keep up with all the events suddenly happening around me since. I heard somewhere that this is what it feels like to be left stranded in a country with only the most basic understanding of the local language. That's terrifying. Indeed. When I think about it, that seems a marvelously apt analogy for what's happening to me. You were just gazing into the tea. But such situations are also supposed to make you very capable in that language very fast, as you're forced to learn it in order to survive. Put another way, the situation becomes sink or swim. I wonder if I've really managed to swim after all this time. The exams are stressing me out a lot, even though they're finally coming to an end. But I have remained in Muto's favor, and I have some sort of direction for my future now. That's always good. It's always good to know what you want to do in life. But I keep using that stupid, meaningless phrase. This is strange. It really is amazing how fast one comes to accept being surrounded by people with sometimes incredibly jarring disabilities and conditions. So much so that I wonder why I feel so much like a foreigner. It certainly isn't for lack of socialization or friends. I've come to know most of my classmates on first name terms. And I know a few others around the school. Whether they're missing an arm or a leg, the students here are just like anyone else of their age. I can navigate the halls that I once lost myself in with an ease I'd not expected to ever have, thanks to the school's logical layout, and I can engage my teachers in comfortable discussion. We're just like, God, we're just pondering so much. I swirl around gently the tea in my cup, the reflected image of my face becoming distorted by the moving liquid. This is strange. I used to hate drinking tea. He said it again! Maybe I'm thinking too much. The familiar sound of china rattling from a teacup touching an accompanying saucer rings out. Is something the matter? Don't worry. It's nothing. It's nothing at all. Oh, we're in her room. Okay. I take a long sip of tea in front of me as the girls do. Just whiling away the time in Lily's room, sipping tea with her and Hanako feels familiar and almost nostalgic. So how's your work in the newspaper club going, Hanako? You're doing good? Why? She's not a fucking baby. She's not like a puppy. Oh, you're so adorable. I will kill you. Oh my god. I want to know too. It sounds like it would be quite entertaining. I mean, interesting. I mean, it would be entertaining too. Hanako's face turns down at the attention being placed on her, though her smile belies the fact that she genuinely likes being the center of interest for the two of us. It's good. I think I'm getting better at it. Naomi and a couple of her friends handle most of the jobs, getting stories and stuff. I just do the computer things, like putting the stories together and getting it printed. It's nice, since I can sit and concentrate. She's got the desk job. That's the, least stressful position in the newspaper, doing the newspaper shit. I see Lily's low-tech nature isn't shared by Hanako. While sitting in a room compiling other people's newspaper articles into documents doesn't strike me as overly outgoing, it is heartening to see her widening her circle of friends. Baby steps, I guess. It's probably a bit much to be expecting her to become a socialite like Lily. How are you finding Naomi? I've heard she could be quite troublesome at times. And Lily's going into her mothering mode over Hanako. Letting go of her is something she's had to learn. Hanako scratches her cheek, thinking of her answer. Naomi's nice. She's a bit loud sometimes and a bit tiring, but she's really helpful. Her friends are nice too. That's wonderful to hear, Hanako. I'm glad you found a source of such enjoyment. Lily's smile is warm and genuine, but I could sense a touch of wistfulness to it as well. Hanako seems to miss that entirely, but I don't think for a second that I'm imagining it. I suppose it's because I've slowly come to pay more and more attention to everything going on around me. With things seemingly happening faster and faster, it feels like I'll miss something if I'm not as observant as possible. Kind of feels like Hanako's moving on from us in a way. I mean, she's still, here and doing stuff with us, but she also has her own things, and it's just we're not I don't know, maybe Lily's not used to that, or what have you. with the exams, my newfound love life, trying to fit in some studying regarding my options for college and university, and my heart condition applying the brakes on everything at irritatingly random times, my brain's been in overdrive recently. It makes me appreciate the rare quiet times such as these. I guess this is why Lily came to appreciate her weekly walks to the convenience store and her tea parties with Hanako. Despite her like of being surrounded by others, they gave her moments of peace in a chaotic and busy life. Thank God exams are over, huh? The comment draws an earnest chuckle from both the girls. It seems like everyone's been a lot happier since the exams ended last week. It's a stress you don't have to worry about anymore. Straight up. So what are you doing for the summer holidays, Hanako? Only... I quickly count the days in my head. Today's Monday and school finishes on Saturday. Crap, I should have paid more attention in math. 5 days to go after all. I was thinking of traveling, just around a bit. Huh. There's a lot of places I want to see, and I think I have enough money to pay for the bus and train rides. Naomi and one of the other girls in the newspaper club said they might come along too. Look at her. She's so independent. What is this? Our little girl's grown up. Her look indicates she's given the matter quite a lot of thought. I'm kind of surprised that she's contemplating something like this. It seems she's really intent on striking out on her own. Fucking good for her. I'm proud of her. She deserves all the head pats. Is there anywhere in particular you're thinking of going? I was thinking that Kyoto sounds nice. I think I'll try to go to a few places, though. Lily nods in approval, happy with Hanako's plans. While I cast my eyes to Lily, I refrained from asking her the same question. She's been fairly evasive with her plans for the future for a long time now, but I never seem to get a good time to broach the subject alone with her. I'm sure that's gonna come up here. Every time it comes up in conversation, it feels like she's either unsure of herself or simply dodging the question, and it's troubling. Be sure to call sometime when you're out and about. I gave you my number before, right? Hanako gives a quick nod, a happy smile on her face. It's strange to see how happy people seem to become when they have a goal to work toward. And they seem even happier when they finish said goal. Yuko seems to brighten up whenever her university aspirations are brought up, and now Hanako is just the same. So why do I feel this uncertainty? And why Lily too? Relationships really can be irritating. Ooh, burp. Irritatingly troublesome sometimes. Well, it's just another thing you need to worry about. Oh, what time is it? It takes me a second to remember that Lily's clock doesn't have any visual feedback. I really should know, given how many times I've been in her room. Nevertheless, I take my watch from my bag and quickly check it, the reason for her asking becoming clear. Oh, it's about 20 past 10, nearly curfew. Oh, immediately, Hanako rises to her feet, dusting herself off and neatening her gown after doing so. I'd better get going then. Good night, Lily. Isao. Sleep well, Hanako. See you tomorrow. Goodbye, music. With that, she walks to the door and quietly makes her exit. So, how's things? Silence. This seems to be happening more and more between Lily and me recently. After a few seconds, I finally find something to talk about. Oh yeah, I talked to Muto on Friday and finally checked out some guides on college and how to apply for it. That's good news. If you're going to be applying for colleges, I assume you have some idea of what you might want to do in the future? I think I've settled on becoming a science teacher. It's gonna take a while to get through university and everything to be qualified, but I think it'll be worth it. The pay's awful, though. Lily's face brightens considerably at the news. I suppose her wish to become a teacher, she's delighted I'd take the same kind of path. Teachers in arms. So, you've decided on a career of teaching. I think that path suits you most excellently, Hisao. I smile and nod. This time even I know she can't see me doing so. I know she feels it. I imagine Muto would have taken to this news well. That's one word for it. Hey, Lily? Yes? I know you want to be a teacher, but like, for a second I wonder whether I should really ask her the question on my mind, but that's quickly brushed aside by the fact that this is rather late to have second thoughts. I'm already in. Surely you don't think I'd be offended by something regarding my blindness? Her accusing tone is betrayed by her grinning face, amused by my awkwardness in raising the topic. Some things never change. Good point, I guess. I was just thinking whether or not being blind would be a hindrance, what with your ambitions to become a teacher and all. She looks mildly surprised before giving the question some thought. I refuse to think she's never actually pondered this issue before. I think she can make it work. I wonder... Hisao, could you close your eyes for a moment? Okay, I guess. Raising an eyebrow, I do as she requests. Yeah. I slowly close them too. It's not even like a quick close of the eyes. I have no idea what she has in mind, and my questions only increase as I peek out from one eye. Taking the black ribbon she usually wears in her hair from the cabinet beside her bed, she advances toward me while running it through her fingers to remove any stray hairs remaining on the piece of cloth. Okay. Oh, that's what she's doing. I suddenly click onto her intentions as I feel the black strip make contact with my face, wrapping around my head and over my eyes. Sucks for you, Lily, for I have the force, 'cause I am a Mariluka. Well, you've made me this way now. What exactly is this for? It's a little test, Hisao, since you seem to be wondering. I'll let you see things as I do for a time. Huh, so that's what this is about. How long do I gotta do this? To be honest, this actually sounds kind of fun. Childish and rather silly to anyone who would be watching, but a bit of silly fun never hurt anyone. I stand up with a heave, my hands quickly moving out in front of me to warn me of any obstacles. Alright, now what? Now, touch me. Alright, if you say so. Now then, okay, gotta work on not touching anywhere inappropriate. Okay. I slowly make my way forwards toward the sound of Lily's voice. God, this sucks. My walking speed could barely even be called a shuffle, the entire experience feeling alien enough that I don't want to risk inadvertently tripping over anything, such as her table or her haphazard piles of books. What? Oh, something soft yet solid brushes against my left leg. Oh, further inspection reveals it to be Lily's bed. Okay. I move onwards, finding myself thankful that Lily's room is so neat and tidy. Even the piles of books she has are generally kept close to the wall, well out of harm's way. Oh, ow, okay. The hard wall pressing against my outstretched hands makes me furrow my brow in frustration. Lily, where are you? What are you doing over there? I'm over here. Look, alright? I ain't used to this. Lily's voice comes from the other side of the room, far from where I was before, even to my untrained ears. If she's going out of her way to avoid me reaching her, then is this just a game to her? Of course it is, compared to a life where even the concept of sight is an abstract one. A few minutes in a blindfold is nothing. I guess she's made her point. She's more than capable of navigating her room, and further, I've seen how independent she is even when compared to so many others in Yamaku. Well, even if this is just a game, I may as well play it wholeheartedly. With a pace much quicker than before, I moved towards the source of her voice, deftly sidestepping the table in the center of her room thanks to remembering its position. I have you now, alright, king. She gives an impish giggle. One not just long enough to work out that she's passing just beside me. Oh my god. I quickly turn around to face the new direction. Ah, the table wasn't there before. Ah, ooh, the toe stub. Ah. I slowly sit up next to the table, rising the blindfold as I rub my aching head. Oh, never mind. Ow! I give an irritated kick to the table that's just sitting just in front of where I fell. Utterly pointless, but the thing deserved it. Sal? Lily's just still standing just to my side, obviously unsure of what's befallen me. Sorry, I kind of fell over and bumped my head. Are you hurt? My head hurts, but I think I'm okay. I think the table moved in order to trip me over. Because that's how the world works. She giggles as she walks over and takes a seat beside me, her hand resting on my own. I suppose that's the end of that, then. Yeah, man, I suck at being blind. I think so. But I also think I get the point, though I do wish it hadn't involved such a headache. Lily suddenly goes blank. Point? And I return an extraordinarily flat look. That was just for fun? I just thought it might ease you up a little about the subject. You always seem to tiptoe around it after all. In regard to teaching, sight isn't important. Well, that important. There are plenty of classes taught by entirely blind teachers, and more than enough resources for me to learn the subject. It's as simple as that, really. I slump my shoulders and give a snort of amusement. Yeah, I understand. I guess we'll both just have to work hard to reach our goals then. What is it? No music, don't leave. It scares me. With a little hesitation, Lily pushes forward her chin and closes her eyes in an unmistakable gesture. More kisses. I accept gladly, our lips touching. As they do, I suddenly feel her hand snaking up my chest from underneath my shirt. The feeling of her hand against my bare skin is enough to make my heart suddenly accelerate. No, we don't need that. So she's in that kind of mood again. Well, I'm not one to complain. Of course you're not. You're the guy. She does genuinely like this, and even with all my medications, my libido is thankfully intact. Oh boy. I lean into the kiss further, holding her hand tightly as I feel it tracing the contours of my chest, like my scar. Eventually we break off from one another, the room silent but for our breathing. Hey, Sal? Yeah? I don't suppose you could wear the blindfold again? Her tentative suggestion takes me by surprise. I suppose she wants to introduce me to Diddley through her eyes as well. Oh boy. Or just wants to find out what I'll be like during the act while hampered by the blindfold. It ain't gonna be fun, let me tell you. I won't have my moves. With a measure of unease, tempted by curiosity, I do as she says and lower the blindfold over my eyes. The world becomes dark once again. I feel like I reflexively tense as I feel Lily's hand gently brush the side of my face, entirely unable to anticipate her touch. I really need to get more used to contact like this. Even after the weeks we've been going out, it isn't as natural for me as it is for her. Silence? Hey, Lily? Shh. Okay. I obediently follow her instruction and quietly listen, trying to make out something, anything that's happening around me. Compared to before when I was chasing Lilly, the need to carefully navigate the room's obstacles now gone. I can take my time and concentrate much harder on listening. It takes a while, but I can eventually pick out the soft sound of her breathing in the otherwise dead silent room. In, out, much like the deed. Measuring it against my own breathing, I realize it's definitely deeper than normal, especially for her. Another sound makes its way to my ears, one that I can't identify immediately. I don't think I've heard it before, but my heart skips a beat as I realize the source. My hand, almost reflexively reaching out towards it. Her face feels softer than usual under my touch. I'm feeling everything. The world has been opened up to me. Her head just barely turning to turning in acknowledgement brain towards the fingers on her cheek. Isao. I gulp and take a moment to try and calm down. I need all the concentration I can muster while I'm like this in order to fully take in my surroundings. After a few deep breaths, I think I've managed to collect myself. With a touch so light that it wouldn't disturb a feather, I start to move my hand down her body. Oh God, I can feel oh Jesus. I feel myself losing focus. Thanks to those silken pajamas of hers, resting so perfectly over the curves of her body. Wee woo. If she's like this, then that means she has to be sitting against her bed and facing me. Now to continue. Alright, this must be her hip, and if I just slowly move downwards. Lily's breath catches my hand. What? Catches. Breath. Brain. Lily's breath catches as my hand comes over hers, tentatively following her fingers between her legs. Oh, Jesus. Oh, no. And losing them as they go underneath her underwear. No! Wee woo! Oh, God, this is ultimate wee woo! I didn't actually think we'd be doing things. Do I cut? I don't know. I think I should. Moisture. Oh, God. Suddenly filled visions of what she must be like in front of me right now. I never imagined her doing this before, and being unable to see her doing the act only enhances the mood. I'm back. Hello. Wait, this isn't part of the deal. I worked the blindfold upwards, brushing out of my eyes a couple of hairs that were stuck to the ribbon before. For a period of time, I can only guess at my mind goes completely blank. All I could do is stare as my newly freed eyes take in everything in front of them. Oh, that's okay. That is just oh, okay, that's what's happening. All right. Well, that's that. Jesus. I think wee woo's happening because we're nothing unusual. Just need to take deep breaths to steady myself, and this is why we need to control ourselves. This feeling is just normal. No, not when your heart is going nuts. This can't. I can't. This pain is too much. It's never done that before. Oh no. I stumble backwards from Lilly with unseemly haste, clumsily hitting the back of my foot against the table and falling to the ground with an unceremonious crash. Breathing wildly, I frantically scrape at the ribbon over my eyes as I lay on my back. I have to get this off. I have to get this off. Getting it off isn't going to help you. Jesus Christ. Oh. For a moment, everything goes blank. As a rush of newfound light assaults my eyes, my breathing slows from the brink of hyperventilation. I think our heart's not beating. Did I just... Oh, wait, hold on. Seconds pass, and I can carefully measure out the rhythm of my heartbeats with every ounce of concentration I can muster. My heart is normal. It's back to normal. Well, that just fucking killed the mood. I didn't think it actually would do that. My body feels utterly bizarre as I lay dazed on the floor looking at the ceiling. The adrenaline from before is still pouring through my veins, but my mind is completely exhausted. I prop myself up as I hear Lilly getting up off the bed and coming toward me. Help. Hisao, are you okay? Hisao. I'm fine, Lilly. I'm fine. She gives a sigh of relief, her worried expression collapsing. Her face afterward is the very last I'd ever wanted to see from her. It's a face I detested when I first saw my parents in the hospital all those months ago. Pity. Lilly pities me. I literally almost died. I just close my eyes and turn away. Powerless. I feel like throwing up. I can hear the sound of Lilly moving away and quickly attending to herself. The ruffling of her clothing being pulled back on after a moment of searching, just barely audible. Sorry. She slowly shakes her head as she finishes buttoning up her top. Her kind smile looks so fragile, so delicate, that it makes my heart sink. Ow. Approaching carefully, she feels out the edge of the low table before taking a seat next to me, putting her arms around my chest. I'm sorry, Hisao. I shouldn't have pushed my desires onto you. I don't think that it's not your fault. You don't need to apologize. I'd normally be fine. You've seen that much before. I guess I shouldn't have tried to push myself so far. My eyelids feel heavy. Calmly sitting next to her like this is probably letting the adrenaline work itself out of my system and letting my mind relax. So that's why you never took the lead? Yeah. Guess it's a good thing you like to, huh? The jokes. We did try to take the lead, and it did not work well. The joke seemed to lighten her expression a little, a fact which helps let me feel less unease about my unreliable self. Lily's head comes to rest on my shoulder as I struggle to keep my eyes open. With more difficulty after each blink, I feel completely drained. It's okay, Hisao. It's okay. It's all okay. No sooner does she say this than a small, quiet tune escapes her lips. Entirely too tired to think, all I could do is listen to her soft humming. It's a soft, almost melodic tune, melancholic tune. It sounds familiar, but the more I try to remember its origin, the less I seem to be able to concentrate. I'm just gonna, pass out here. The feeling and scent of her head gently resting on my shoulder and her warm body against my side are soothing. The soft humming of her voice, too, relaxes my mind as much as her warmth relaxes my muscles. This singular, quiet moment, after all the fracas, makes me realize just how exhausted I've become. I can feel my eyelids slowly becoming heavier and heavier. Even with the chaos of before, I wish this moment would last forever. Lilly and I together, sharing a single solitary occasion just as we used to. But if that's the case, why does she feel further away than she's ever felt before? Oh, Jesus. Everything's going wrong. Did I do a bad end? Dude. At least, oh my God. At least I was able to skip the diddly, but get straight to that point. Well, I mean, in this video, actually put it right when our heart started, you know. That ain't good. It's never good when our heart goes boom. And it just keeps getting worse. I feel like I need higher level medication. Otherwise I can't do anything. Ah!